Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Thank you for joining us for another Station Cribs. Today we're in Ada, Ohio. Today we're doing the Liberty Fire Department. It's not the size that matters, it's what's inside. Okay, so we're gonna meet up with Kyle. He's one of the firefighters here. He's the one that kind of invited us out. So let's go ahead and meet up with him. Nice to meet you. You're Kyle, right?
Correct.
All right, so thank you for inviting us down. So on my travels on the way down here, it was absolutely beautiful. You got a lot of different areas. I came into this more community-based, but you have a lot of rural area too.
Yeah, we do.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you have here?
Yeah, so we're situated here in Northwest Ohio. We have a mix of residential, commercial. We have a university here in town also, and a lot of rural as well.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Kyle. Yeah, I've been a firefighter here for 4 years, fourth generation here on this department.
That's one of the things that we find as we travel across America. Many of the firehouses, especially the volunteer services, are second, third, and fourth generation firefighters. So I really appreciate you doing that. But one thing that we want to encourage everybody to do, start volunteering. So if you're watching these videos and you're thinking about, oh, how can I help out my community? A fire station is a great way to start doing that. And you know, we want to get those new families in to do the next second, third, and fourth generations. This is an absolutely beautiful firehouse. You know, I appreciate, you inviting me out. It's a smaller firehouse compared to what we've seen on the channel before. Do you mind taking us inside and showing us around?
Come on in. So here's our chief's office. He's not in today, so we won't go in there. That'll bring us in here to our training room, training/meeting room. We have 2 meetings a month. We do training with that also, so every second and fourth Monday of the month.
Okay.
We have training, we meet up here for a couple hours.
Second and fourth Monday of the month.
Yep.
And what do you do in those meetings?
So usually we start off, one of the meetings or whatnot, we would do a maintenance night, kind of go over the trucks, maintenance trucks, equipment, stuff like that. Then we have a business meeting. And the other meeting, we would do a training, whether that would be ice rescue, extrication, anything like that. Then we'd follow it up with a business meeting.
If I'm in this area and I'm not part of the fire department and I want to become part of the department, how do I go about doing that? Do I have to show up on those Mondays? Can I show up whenever?
Yeah, so we have a pretty strict attendance policy here. So we'd like to make every meeting. If not, we have to let our chief know or an officer know, and then we can make that up, whether it's just cleaning a truck or whatnot. But yeah, so making the meetings is very good, making calls, stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Is there an online application I need to fill out, or do I just kind of come to the station?
You can come to the station, when we're here on those Monday nights, or you can email us at info@adafire.com,
okay,
or reach us on our Facebook page.
Now, again, I'm new in the area. Maybe I just moved here from another area, or maybe I'm just watching the videos for the first time and I'm interested in helping out and becoming a volunteer. Do I have to have education before I get here? Like, do I have to have fire? Do I have to have my CPR, AED, or anything like that?
No, you don't. So you can join in with nothing. We will sponsor you through a fire school. There's a fire school next county over, so
okay.
Get you to your basic 36-hour course to start running. So.
Okay, and what kind of age group are you looking for?
Doesn't matter. So,
doesn't matter.
Nope,
okay.
Nope. We take anybody. So.
All right. What's the youngest you got? Do you have a junior program?
We don't have a junior program. Minimum requirement is 18 years old.
Okay.
So we have a few of those right now. Just got out of high school.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, if you're out there and you're in this area and you're interested in volunteering for the community, this is a great place to do that. You're going to get education, not just to fight fires, but you're also going to get education on how to do things in life. You can learn how to budget. You can learn how to do maintenance. You can learn how to, communicate with your fellow human beings. That's really what this is all about. It's all about public service. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit that notification, but also go to their website and start filling out the applications they need the help. As I look around the room here, I notice you got quite a bit of stuff on the wall. Can you explain to me what you have?
Yeah, so there's some memorabilia here. The football there in the end. So we are home to Wilson Football Factory. So every NFL Wilson football you see on TV is made right here in Ada. But that football there was for there's a Guinness World Record for the longest continuous throw by other people, I guess.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, of course.
Longest continuous throw with this football here.
Yep.
So Wilson football is a football that I've used in the past. I played in high school, and this is definitely something that I'm very familiar with. So the fact that you guys have this here in the town, I need one of these for my own shelf, but I don't want to disturb this one, you know, since it's a Guinness Book World Record winner. So, and then what else do you have up here?
Just have some old equipment, some old nozzles. Have some stuff from our fire convention.
Okay.
So Ada was the founder of the NOVFA, Northwest Ohio Volunteer Fire Association, in 1874.
Okay.
So we just hosted the 150th last weekend. So
what is that all about?
So it's kind of just a really big get together, you know, of all the fire departments in Northwest Ohio.
Okay.
Show camaraderie and get together, train, talk about things, you know, just meet each other.
And have fun. Do you guys do any kind of competitions during?
Yeah, we have a water ball contest.
Okay.
There's a Queen's contest, parades, awards, everything like that.
Okay.
So,
okay. And the community all gets involved in that.
Yep. The community, as far as I know, loved it. So.
So that is awesome to see. You know, that's one of the things that, you know, we want to continue to portray to the public, that even though you're a smaller department, and how many members do you have here?
We have 27 active members.
And how many calls do you do a year?
Annually around 100, 120.
Okay, even with a small company like that, you're still hosting big events. You're still, you know, connecting with the neighbors around you and getting things, you know, involved. You know, it's very, very important. So I appreciate you guys doing that. I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Things that I would love to do. I most recently went out to Hubble, Michigan, and they did a firefighters tournament for their Firemen's Association. I think that was Copper Country Firemen's Association, and they did something very similar to that. So you guys just happen to do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the main gathering room where you guys, you know, meet around the fire table and get things solved. What else do you have in the house here?
Yep. So you can follow me this way. Here we just have men and women's restroom with some storage. We'll work way through in here. We have our kitchen, just like a normal residential kitchen.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy in here.
Nice big kitchen. So, you know, on those Monday night meetings nights, you can come in here and, you know, cook for everybody and maybe have a meal. So, do you guys hang out here at all?
Sort of. We're trying to get back into coming up here, getting the younger guys more involved.
Do you guys respond from home? Are you allowed to leave work? How does that work up here in Middle Ohio?
Yeah, we respond from home. Some places, if you work in town, they will allow you to leave. Okay. We have like work slips you can give back to the employer. But I mean, during the day, it's like any other volunteer departments, slim pickings, you know, who's going to show. Okay. Weeknights are pretty good for us, weekends as well.
And do you guys get pagers that you do? Do they call you on the phone, or how does that know?
We have pagers, and we use I Am Responding on our phone.
What else do you have in the building? Because I know we're going to get to the apparatus bay in a little bit, and you guys as viewers need to pay attention, because these apparatus, I did a little bit of research to see they're very unique. You know, for a very small station, you guys have some very unique apparatus, and you guys are going to see that. So hold tight with us. We're going to finish up the house here, and then we'll go out and see those.
All right, so coming in here, that's what we call the OSU room. We got the block O on the ground here.
Oh, man. So I get it. You're Ohio. You know, you got to, you know, support your local team. I'm a Wolverine. You know, I'm born and raised in Michigan. So, you know, I may not show that, or I can override it and do a green screen. So, no, just, you know, just
college football season around here gets a little intense. So
okay, because you have an Ohio University, but it's Northern Ohio University. Yeah, so that's a little bit different than Ohio State.
School, but
okay.
But still, there's a lot of conflict when OSU and Michigan are playing. So
right.
Got some Michigan fans here. But no, this is kind of our catch-all room, I guess. It's kind of storage, but we're trying to make it in sort of like a day room.
Okay, yeah, I noticed you got the chairs, TV. I set up my equipment in the back corner here.
Just trying to get some guys up here, you know,
Right, and those are the kind of things that, as you continue to advance, is really going to help people come here. Make this more of a meeting house, kind of hang out here during the day or even at night, mid-afternoon. You know, having a place for the younger generation to maybe come play video games or watch a movie, watch the Super Bowl, or watch the Michigan-Ohio State game. You know, something like that is a really good place to have. So as you guys continue to develop, you know, that's going to be really cool to see. But it looks like you're on your way. So.
Yeah, so this building was built in 1972.
Okay.
What we're currently in was our add one we did in 2009. So this room and then a couple other rooms I'll show you here.
Okay. I noticed out back that you have an EMS station too. Is that part of you, or is that something separate?
It's Ada Liberty EMS, so we're Ada Liberty Fire. We're still township owned. but it's a separate entity. They're EMS, we're fire only. So we work hand in hand very well together.
And then we're at the back of the building. Yep. So there's not a whole lot to this building. Like I said, for this station cribs, it's not a big episode. What really is going to stand out is going to be their apparatus and their apparatus bay. You guys are going to really enjoy what we're going to see next. So we have another small room. I can kind of see it behind the door here. It looks like you have a gear cleaner and a couple other things. Do you mind if we go in there?
So in here, we have our cascade fill system. So we can fill 2 bottles at a time in here. We also have a gear extractor and washer, and then a gear dryer. Makes things a lot simpler instead of setting it out, the fan, and flipping it in and out. You just put it in here, set the time, and you're good to go.
So the fact that even though it's a small house, you guys are provided with the stuff to make sure that you're safe. So when you go home, all those carcinogens are washed away and taken care of. So tell me a little bit more about the kind of calls that you get here in your township.
So we run a lot of fire alarms with the college and everything like that. We do run working fires, not that often, but we do. We have a lot of wrecks. We have a lot of state routes through here. We cover a portion of US 30, but mostly fire alarms and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we do EMS assists every once in a while.
Any big historic ones that we need to know about?
There's been a few.
Yeah.
The last one I believe was in 2012. There was a church fire that unfortunately took the building.
Okay.
Then we've had a couple of major big downtown fires years ago. Nothing recently, thankfully.
You guys are the guys, the heroes next door, that keep these kind of communities safe. And that's why I appreciate you. That's why I'm doing the show that I'm doing. So, right next to us, you have a gear room.
Yep, our turnout room.
I love the fact that even in a small house, you have a separate gear room. Many times I go to one and they still have the gear on the wall. Not saying that it's bad, because that's what we had to do back in the day. But the NFPA back in, I think, 2010 changed the regulations to have hot, warm, and cold zones. So you guys have upgraded your building to make sure that you're meeting most of those standards already. So pretty cool to see. Do you mind if we walk through? Of course. All right.
So in here is our turnout room.
Okay, I'm just going to carry my camera with me, so if you guys see it on camera, I have a couple different people today helping me out. Some volunteers from the fire department themselves, so name yourself.
I'm Dylan Hartman.
All right, thank you for helping out since I'm traveling solo today. And you are?
John Donnal.
All right, thanks, John. We really appreciate you helping out today. So as a viewer, you guys are definitely going to see some camera guys in the background. So we're in the turnout room.
Yep. So whenever alarm strikes, we come in through this door here. Usually the first person in will write what and where, so if you didn't hear the page or whatnot, it'll be written on the board. This computer shows our I am responding, so we can walk in, see who's all coming. Like I said, pre-planning kind of already on who's coming. And then right out here would be our apparatus bay.
Yeah, and it looked like you had plenty of parking out back for everybody. All right, so out here is your apparatus bay. And this is where the bread and butter of your business actually exists. So let's go out and take a look.
Alrighty. So first truck we'll come to is our grass rig. So this is
grass rig. We call this a brush truck.
Yep. Grass rig 54. So it's got 270 gallons of water on it, 500 GPM pump.
Okay.
It's a Ford F350. Do have a nozzle up front, remote controlled.
Okay.
Then around back here is what we call the best seat in the house. Have a little swivel seat on the back.
Okay.
With a little whip line.
Right.
So we can sit up here and someone can control it back here while another guy's driving.
So you can pump and roll at the same time. Okay.
Sure can.
Yeah. It's a good way to set it up. It's not too big, but you got plenty of water on it. Now, do you carry any of the other tools like the rakes?
Yeah, we have some rakes down in here.
Okay.
We also have some hard suction down in here for drafting, so we can make this our draft truck if we can get up close to a pond and whatnot. So.
All right.
That brings us along here to Tanker 53.
Tanker 53, okay.
Yep, so this is a 1998 HME Smeel.
Okay.
It's got 2,500 gallons of water. It's a 1,500 GPM pump. So this is kind of obviously our first out tanker, but it's our mutual aid truck as well.
Okay.
So if they need an engine, if they need manpower, if they need a tanker, we can all bring it with this truck.
Right.
So we can haul 5 people in here, 4-pack seats.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And I love the fact that it's dual axle. We don't see too many dual axles anymore. A lot of them are going single axle, a little bit smaller. They're carrying maybe 1,000. You said this is 2,500 gallons of water. That's a pretty big tank.
Yeah.
So you got some big trucks here.
So in here, this is an old ambulance. This is our Rescue 57. So its main purpose is ice rescue. So we do have some ice rescue certified guys.
Okay.
We have a little ice buggy in the back with our gumpy suits as well, so they can get ready back there in the warmth.
Yep.
Also can double as our rehab unit.
Okay.
So on big fires, you can come in here, cool down. We have water and snacks and stuff like that.
But you guys are not EMS.
Correct.
You know, first responders or anything like that. Do you go assist with cardiac arrest though?
Very rarely. A lot of times if we do, it's like just lift assist. But
True fire department.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Next to that, looks like we got either a ladder or a tower.
Yep, this is our ladder. This is ladder 56.
Okay.
It's a 2005 Spartan Smeel.
Okay.
70.
Could you explain to the viewers what's the difference between a ladder versus a tower versus a platform?
So ladder usually is a straight stick. Tower platform has the bucket up front that you can stand on.
Okay.
Usually they're bigger trucks. This one's kind of a smaller truck.
Okay. This is the only one of the single axle ones that you have in the fleet though, from what
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes, it is. So it's their smallest wheelbase truck, which is usually opposite. But it's a 75-foot straight stick.
Okay.
Has 300 gallons on board, and it's 1,500 GPM.
Okay. So if it's got water on board, it pumps, you have a tower, this technically be classified as a quint then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but with the amount of ground ladders, we were able to make it classified as a ladder truck.
Okay. And then next to that, we have?
So this is Rescue 55. So this is our second out rescue truck. Kind of goes hand in hand with our engine. So this would be the truck we take like on EMS assist.
Okay.
It has a slide out tray in the back.
Okay.
We have a power unit, combi tool, ram, stuff like that. Some minor extrication equipment. Also has some wildfire stuff in there.
Okay.
Also doubles as our plow truck in the winter. So.
Sure, and in Ohio, you're gonna get snow. So, I like the fact that you actually use this as a rescue. It's not considered a utility; it's actually a rescue, and you have some tools on it because sometimes all we need is a door pop. You know, sometimes it's a basic. You know, they're more confined versus entrapped, and we don't need a big truck to do that. So, have this designated as a rescue is pretty cool to see. We don't see it very often at all. Usually, we get the big old rescues, and it's a little overkill sometimes. All right, and I'm noticing when I'm walking around, you guys have different names for each of these apparatus.
So this still has the old markings on it. So this was the grass rig at one point in time until we got that one.
Okay.
So like this one here, the ladder truck is Liberty Pride here on the side.
Right.
The tanker back there, his name is Simply the Best.
Simply the Best.
So,
okay.
And then our next truck over here. So this is engine 52. So this is our primary rescue.
Hold on, this is an engine.
Correct.
This isn't a tanker. This is.
It's an engine. It's an engine.
This is one of the largest engines I've ever seen.
It's not only just an engine; it's our rescue engine.
Okay.
So it's a 2010 Spartan Smeel. It's got 2,500 gallons of water on it.
Wow.
2,000 GPM pump.
Okay.
So it's got everything you need for extrication. We got power units on both sides, extrication equipment on both sides, struts, cribbing, airbags, anything you would need.
Right.
So it's our second out engine for fires. Anything you would need it for, it's here. So.
Man, this is absolutely massive. How many crew members does it hold?
6.
6.
Yep, we have 5 SCBA seats.
Okay.
You have a ladder rack on top.
How do you get that down, brother?
There's a switch on the side of the pump panel,
Okay.
so we can drop it down. We have a portable tank up top and some ground ladders, hard suction.
So the engine has a portable tank. The engine has 2,500 gallons of water. The engine is a dual axle. The engine also is a rescue. This is huge. This is a massive truck.
It's a big truck.
You know, it's a huge toolbox that pretty much could do everything.
Yeah.
So why do you guys feel that it's necessary to have that much water on an engine? Most of the engines that we go to have anywhere from 500, 750, maybe 1,000 gallons. You guys are running 2,500. What was the kind of thought process behind that?
The township residents around the country, you know, we want to give as much service to them as possible, you know, bring a lot of water. You know, like in town we have hydrants, unlimited water. If we bring as much water as we can out there to help them if there is a fire, whatnot like that. So. This also can double as our second due tanker if we need to. It does have a dump chute on our engine.
Right. I assume because it's got a porta tank.
Yep.
So a lot of people will call this a pumper tanker.
Yeah.
Is really what I would.
Yeah. Chief doesn't like that term, so we'll call it engine.
Fair enough. Okay. And you got a little gator here, it looks like?
Yep. This was actually donated by the university here in town.
Okay.
For the fair, any events in town, we can take that too. Also for wildland stuff, we usually have a blower in the back that we can operate for field fires and stuff like that.
Okay. Explain to me what a blower would be for field fire. Why is that important? You think adding oxygen would make the fire worse, but it actually doesn't, right?
It can blow the fire back to where so it doesn't keep extending to you.
Okay.
And actually can help put it out as well.
So you're basically pushing the fire away from the fuel. Interesting concept. And to use a gator like that, it was a good way to do that.
Yep.
Okay, and in the back of I see a little wagon here. What is this about?
So this was Ada's original engine per se. It's a hand pumper. It's usually on display at Ghost Town in Findlay, which is about a half hour from here. It's kind of a historical site, but we were able to get this. It's called Pride of Ada. So it's roughly 1860s is when this was around. Okay.
I love the fact that you guys still have it and it's still, you know, in one piece. And just kind of give it an example, you know, the water goes in the tank, which is the bucket, and then you got a pump, and then each guy would be on each side to pump the water to where it needs to there. And a bucker brigade would fill that and continue to keep that fill. And I assume they would just drag it with a, you know, like a wagon, like the kids use.
Be a wagon.
You know, not even horse-drawn.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a standard wagon. Love it, absolutely love it. That's beautiful. Steel wheels. So yeah, keep up the good work with that. I mean, that's definitely historic. And behind me, I notice a fairly new one.
Yep, so this is engine 51. It's a 2020 Spartan Smeel.
Okay.
Also, 2,500 gallons of water. It's a 2,000 GPM pump.
All right, so let's calculate this out. 2,500 on this one, 2,500 on that one, 2,500 on that one, and then 1,000 on the ladder, 300 on the ladder. So that's a lot of water.
Yeah, yep. 7,800 gallons. We can
So one department is pretty much a tanker task force, is really what it comes down to.
essentially,
Yeah. It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
It's something that we've never seen before. We've seen, you know, each department have a tanker and then work with, you know, the different departments. And I'm sure you guys work with the departments just like they do, but you know, having this much water, you're definitely going to be able to put a huge knockdown, if not put out the fire before, you know, you need anything else.
Just on tank water.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you mind in the future, can we actually do a Station Rigs episode with this?
Of course.
Okay. So for you viewers that are watching us, make sure that you hit that subscribe, hit that notification, because we're going to do a Station Rigs on this, and you don't want to miss that, because this one's pretty special. Not only is it huge, but it's also very electronic nowadays versus the, you know, pull levers that we're used to. And we're going to be able to take this out and kind of use it a little bit. Awesome. Kyle, thank you so much for inviting us out. We really appreciate this. You know, like I said, it's not the size that matters. You have a kind of a smaller house compared to what we've seen on the channel before, but you got a lot of really big equipment here that we haven't seen, and we're gonna have an opportunity to take a look at Engine 51 just in a little bit. Thank you all for watching, but before we end, is there anything else you wanted to say to the public?
Yeah, so if you see us out, doors are open, we're here. So don't be afraid to stop by. Look around, introduce yourself. So yeah, that's what we're here for, is public.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this was Heroes Next Door doing a Station Cribs in Ada, Ohio. One of the Liberty Fire Department. Thank you all. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification, smash those like buttons. We really appreciate it. Make some comments. We want to hear what you guys think about small departments versus the larger departments. And before we end, we have that new members page. Make sure you hit that. Join, so you'll see some behind the scenes footage. You'll see some other stuff that you're not going to see on the regular channel. And it helps us support to go to the next stations. And we'll see you again next week.